Hey guys, my name is D-Fluxed. Welcome to our new podcast, and I'm really excited to present to you my first guest, Bianca Venna from Lonely Girl Productions.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, do you want to give a little breakdown about what it is that you do?
Okay, 8 years, almost 8 years, no, a little bit over 8 years into this, and I still don't know how to properly introduce myself. I guess you can say that I am a video maker, I am a photographer, I'm an editor. I wear many hats, but my company, Lonely Girl Productions, started back in 2015 as a video editing company, and it slowly progressed into what it is today, which is pretty much we film or we photograph anything, every event, anything from corporate, anything to personal events. So we really want to help you capture the most important moments of your life. But at the same time, we also want to help you elevate your business and try to essentially make you more money.
Ooh, we all have more money.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So I wanted to interview you because I've been following you on social media for quite a long time. We actually have a good friend in common, Sam.
Yeah.
And I always liked you because you feel like one of those people who are very unapologetically themselves. You feel like someone who's very unfiltered, and you kind of just show like sometimes like the glam, sometimes the gritty, you like your unfiltered opinions, and like that's not something, I feel like you did it before it became like that trend of doing it. Like, what is that called? Like de-influencing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're doing it before, and for me, like even just like seeing that, I'm like, how do you even do that? Like that's like a completely different approach, and I was wondering how that came to be.
The way that it started, it kind of happened by accident.
Okay.
I was that child that at like 6 years old, I had my black and white video camera, and I used to just talk about what I was doing, how I felt. And so talking about my emotions has always come quite easy to me for some reason. And I remember 8 years ago when I started, I had a personal Instagram, and then I had my business Instagram, and my personal Instagram always did super, super well. Mm-hmm. My business Instagram did not do as well back in the day. And I always tried to figure out like what was that missing piece to, why my personal did so well. And then I started to realize it was because, at least I thought it was because I was so relatable, So I didn't always want people to, I never wanted people to look at my stuff and feel like jealous or, I don't know, have anything negative towards me. I always wanted people to see like, I have pimples, like it's not, I'm not always gonna do filters. I don't want people to always think that I wake up and I look like amazing, because sometimes that can really make somebody feel like shit. And I always wanted to show people that having a business is not just, I don't know what people think it is. Like they think it's that you just start a, no, so it's like in the beginning, now a lot less, but in the beginning there was a lot of crying. It was like, sometimes I used to just get online and I used to just cry and be like, holy shit, like this is really not easy. There's so many times in my business that I was like, I don't know if I can go on with this. Like I remember,
really,
even telling my partner like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get a job at McDonald's. Like this is gonna be so much easier than this shit, But I think that played a really big part in the way that I built kind of like the community that I have on my Instagram. I'm not like a huge influencer. It's not like I have thousands of followers. I have like 4,000 followers, but they're people that I actually know, and they're people that I build relationships with all the time on Instagram, and I speak to, and I just want them to know that it's not all rainbows and sunshines, and there's good and bad, but if you're consistent and if you're honest, more importantly, I think that attracts the right type of people. And I am somebody who's very open and not afraid to, swear sometimes. And it's funny because a lot of like the people who follow me are moms sometimes, so it's like I'm always like a bit like,
But you know what I noticed is I did swear for the first time on Instagram recently, and it bleeps you out.
If you put captions, so now I've started to put captions on purpose because I'm like, this way I can say fuck. But at the same time, for those who are like, oh my God, because like back in the day, I used to get people saying, oh my God, what kind of lady swears, or what kind of woman says that, or it's not professional. Like, listen, I understand that it may not seem professional from the standards that we had back in like 10 years ago, but today, like,
you can swear now.
You can swear. I can swear and also be an amazing photographer, also be an amazing videographer. It doesn't mean because I let out a fuck here and there that I I'm not good at my job. And so I really wanted to push through that. And listen, obviously people are going to see that and you're going to lose followers. People are going to be like, oh, it's so unprofessional. Whatever. I don't want you as a client anyway. I want people who can relate and who aren't afraid to have a real conversation with me, especially after everything that's happened in the last couple of years. I think people are a lot more less into the professional and more into the real.
People want authentic. I feel like people want genuine.
100%.
And I feel like the more you are yourself, first of all, people are really going to appreciate that.
Yes.
But you're going to really attract your people. I've noticed that, like, even just for me, like, the more authentic I am, like, I just get better clients. They're nicer to work with because I feel like you just almost, like, vibe with them.
Yeah. I find when I used to, try to be super professional and you use like we, me and myself and I find when I was doing that, there was like a
creates a distance.
It comes to me naturally to just want to speak to you in Italian for some reason, but like there's this like space between you and the client that I feel like leaves so much unsaid that sometimes that's enough for a client to just not continue the conversation or to maybe go somewhere else. And so now it's like I talk to you the way that I would somebody that I know. Like, I'm going to be really honest with you. Just like if you come up to me and you say, you want to do this, 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 and this, and although it's more money for me, but I don't think it's something that you need, I'm not gonna make you spend it. Same way with a wedding. Some people come to you with this huge budget, but if I know that with what you want, I could do it at this budget, I'm not gonna go above and beyond, like, to force you to give me more money if it's not something that I think you need. I would rather be honest with you, and I know that not everybody is used to being treated like that by, I guess, a company, if you want to say. But I think slowly we're going to start seeing more changes in businesses that are going more towards being authentic than only focusing on being professional.
Oh, for sure. And I bet you get so many referrals because of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But also because then when they reach out to you, they reach out already with the intention to book you. They reach out just to say, like, listen, love you, love your work, let me know when I can book. They don't even ask me prices yet. It's like, what day are you free? This is the day I want to book. And it kind of just cuts all the back and forth completely.
There's no more trying to, like,
no, because
like,
they know
hustle.
you. Yeah, they already know you. They know that you're like, they know I'm a little crazy. They know, they know that I have my personalities, and it's a big reason why people end up booking me, because some people just find me funny. Some people are just like, wow, you seem like you'd be a super chill person to hang out with. And that's why I get along with so many people that I work with, end up becoming like friends almost, that you speak to really often. And so I would never want it any other way than that.
That's good. Very good. No, that's the way. I feel like that's just the way to run your business. You can't run it like those corporate robots. Yeah, anymore. And talking about corporate and talking about companies, I was really interested on, because you are so open, what is your stance and how do you feel about companies who talk about political or social problems within their businesses or personal brands even? I think it
really depends what you want to do with it, right? So an account like mine, where although it's a business account, but my stories focus a lot on my day-to-day stuff and what Bianca's actually doing. It depends where you want to be. There are some things that happen in the world that are kind of like, you need to be on the right side of it, okay? And I say that because there are some things that are non-negotiables for me. But like we were talking about pride, for example. I don't necessarily think that it's correct for a company who will never post anything about Pride up until it's Pride Month. And then it's like suddenly all their merch, all their everything, all their social presence has suddenly, all about Pride. I don't like when companies use it as a way to make money. Yeah. So I think when that happens, companies think that we don't realize, but we definitely do realize.
And it's so cringe.
So it's awful.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just lose a lot of people when you do that. So it really depends on what your stance is. Obviously, some people use it as a way, to get engagement. Some people do it on purpose to say something that upsets people. I've done it before. I've done it not with, social things. Take Starbucks, for example, okay? I love using the Starbucks example because there are so many people who have such strong feelings towards Starbucks, whether it's like positive or negative. So,
Really?
oh my God, post about Starbucks and your engagement just like poof, like skyrockets, because so many people love Starbucks, but so many people fucking hate Starbucks. Okay. So it's something that if ever my engagement's down, you throw something in about Starbucks and your engagement goes right back up.
Maybe I should start talking about some pumpkin spice lattes.
I swear. I don't know what it is, but you know, that's just one of my examples. And I think a lot of companies sometimes use bigger events in the world that they probably shouldn't as a means to just attract more people, but it doesn't always work in your favor.
Because you do social media management
yes,
a little
we do.
bit, right?
Yeah.
So have you ever had to say no to a client who ever wanted to bring something up, or it hasn't really gone that way?
I have in the past. However, most of the time it's me who decides what we're going to be putting on the accounts, you know. So I've had a lot of companies that don't want to participate in anything, you know, that they kind of just want to stay silent throughout whatever, you know, is going on. And I've reached out and I've said, you know, because your company focuses on X, Y, and Z, maybe you should participate in this. And so I try to give my opinion as best as I can. But from what I've seen in the last couple of years, a lot of the clients that I have worked with have tried to stay away from it. So I guess it really depends. Depends how you're using it, if you're using it in the right way.
Yeah, so the more consistent and the more authentic it feels over time. It's not just trying to ride some like hashtag wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because people know it. People see that, and it's not it. It's not the look.
Not the look, no.
No.
So in terms of gear versus skill, what do you think is more important?
Okay.
Because I feel like this is a hot topic.
This is a hot topic. Okay.
Yes.
This is a hot topic because if one more person comes to me and says, "Oh my God, your camera takes great photos."
Oof. Yeah.
Okay, the anger that I feel, because I'm like, my camera takes great photos? Okay, so I'm just...
You want to try?
I'm just useless.
Try angle? Yeah.
You know, so listen, obviously having a good camera definitely helps. And had you asked me this question years ago, I may have answered it very differently. I'll give you a very brief elevator story. I had one of my first cameras. I went to Italy and my camera broke. Okay, so everything on the camera was broken beside actually taking a photo. So I could not see the screen. I couldn't see anything. I was just going based off of the settings on my camera without actually being able to see it. It's a bit complicated to explain, but all of this to say is that I thought, shit, I won't be able to get any nice photos out of this vacation. I was super upset. But then I actually started to learn the settings of the camera without being able to actually see through my viewfinder. And when I saw the photos, I was like, holy fucking shit, I am an actual photographer. Like, I am so good. And I didn't have to rely on what I was seeing. And so after that, I started to realize that actually knowing how to use a camera and the settings and how to set things and not relying on just what you see actually makes a huge, huge difference. And I think now cameras are so good that people are like, oh, just throw it on automatic and it'll be fine. And listen, I'm sure you'll get good photos because cameras have evolved in an insane way that most of the time now, if you don't know how to take photos, the automatic setting does. But that will only take you so far, you know? So being a company that does a huge range of, you know, we do sports, we do weddings, we do headshots, we do, you know, all the different things that we do, you have to know how to set your gear properly. So yes, the gear is important, but
I'm also assuming that when you're setting it up like that, you probably know what's going to look best in like the After Effects
100%,
of editing it, right?
100%.
So I'm sure that plays like a huge role.
Yeah,
in it.
because then, you know, a lot of people, like, I'll even hear it when we're working with other companies if we're at a wedding and they'll say, you know, oh, we'll fix it in post or we'll do this in post and blah, 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 blah. Like, awesome. But that is just wasting so much time that you could honestly just set your stuff properly before and make your life a lot easier.
Well, you're also doing like weddings. I mean, that's probably like what, like 2,000 photos a night? Like
even more. You know,
so
weddings.
You gotta set it up.
Weddings can go, you know, up to like 3,000, 4,000. I'm somebody who really likes to overshoot. I know a lot of other photographers worry about space. I invest a shit ton of money in space and hard drives. I back my stuff up like 3 times, so I really need a lot of room. but I would much rather do that than, you know, kind of be like stingy with my clicks. Like it's an important day, and I want to make sure that I don't miss an important moment just because I didn't want to add extra photos, you know. So
Makes sense, 100%. During COVID, you were fully in lockdown. You were locked down prior to us. I think you also were stuck in Italy.
Yes.
So how did that affect your business? And even just your life as a whole, because you couldn't come back to Canada. I mean, that's pretty bananas.
Listen, there's definitely worse places to be stuck in the world, okay? Yeah. So I can't really complain about that, but that was just, that was one of the craziest experiences of my life. We went to Italy thinking we were going to be there for 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, you know, everything started to happen, but it was happening in Italy and it wasn't happening here, and it wasn't happening in all the other parts of the world. So it was very difficult explaining to clients and explaining to all the weddings that I had coming up, like, listen guys, I think we should start thinking of an alternate, like a different date or a different plan, because I'm pretty sure we're going to go into lockdown, while everybody is telling you like, you're crazy. There's no one's going into lockdown. Nothing's going to change. Meanwhile, we're being barricaded into our houses with like the military roaming the streets. We couldn't even go out to get groceries practically, you know? So try explaining that to another side of the world where I'm in my house and I can't go out, and I'm looking at my best friend's Instagram stories and they're all in the club, okay? In the club. Yeah. So it was definitely a difficult experience. Once everybody caught on.
Yeah, but then it was fine. But like, that's literally what I went through. I mean, my dad was in China, and he was telling us, like weeks in advance, you know, stock up on groceries, stock up on like everything, because it's gonna shut down. And I literally was like, you crazy old man. Like, I was like laughing at him. Like,
I know. Listen, I lost so many friends because of this, because they were like, you're literally batshit crazy. Like,
and then
what are you supposed to say? Yeah, what are you supposed to say?
And then we were all shell-shocked because it did come on quickly. But it's just like next day, shut down.
But it's also, you know, the first time that like our generation has gone through something like that. So it's like nobody really knew how to act. Even the people responsible didn't really know how to act, you know. So
of course. I'm interviewing a doctor tomorrow just on that.
It's exciting. You know, so it was definitely a crazy experience, and it was a whole new experience having to deal with couples and clients and just being like, okay, let's remain calm. I still got you. I still got your new date. Whenever that may be, we don't know if it's going to be in a month. You know, a lot of people would be like, okay, we moved it to like next month. We moved it to 3 months after that. Some people were like, we moved it to the year after. We moved it to 2 years after. So it was very difficult, like trying to get a hold on everybody's schedule and trying to figure out everything new with people while everybody was under a lot of stress. Clients and me being in Italy, and then it's like when they blocked everything off and I couldn't even come home, I was like, oh my God, like I was sure that the company was, like I was ready. I was like, okay, whenever I come home, I'm not going to have a company to come back to. But somehow COVID like exploded my company in the most positive way. We had to change the way that we did everything. So that's when I brought back social media. We had stopped social media for a good amount of time. I wanted nothing to do with social media for a really long period of time because I wasn't perfect at it. I really perfected photography and videography. Like I find, you know, it's something that I constantly worked at, but social media I had stopped. So I had removed it as a service. Then during COVID and after COVID, I was like, shit, we need social media now more than ever, right? So
everybody went online.
Yeah.
Like
so
even like the old school people
exactly.
that I know, they went online. They had no choice.
So I realized, I was like, this is a perfect moment for me to get back into social media and to really learn as much as I could. So the time that I was there, I spent it really perfecting social media. So this way, when I came back to Montreal, I launched all my packages. I got so many new clients for social media, and we fucking killed it. We did amazing. You know, and so after that, I would say that the effects of the pandemic was really more afterwards, because 2022, when I finally got home after 2 years, I fucking hit the ground running. Like I was trying to make up for all the time I felt I had missed, even though the company was doing so well while I was in Italy. It was the fact that I wasn't like physically here, you know. I had hired so many other people to help us with the company. So when I got back, I wanted to do everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to just like overcompensate essentially for like what you did. I totally get that 100%. And I think unfortunately that did lead to a burnout.
Oh my God. There was a point in 2022 where I was just so miserable. Like I was just so not the same person that I was. I used to wake up so happy for my shoots. I used to just look forward to speaking to people and like working. And it got to a point where I said yes to so much stuff that I had no life. Yep. I didn't see any of my friends. I was constantly fighting with my boyfriend because I was always so overly tired, overstressed. I just wanted to make everybody happy. Having to deal with the weddings from, you know, the backed up weddings from 2020, 2021, and the new weddings of 2022, not wanting to lose more money, I just said yes to everything. So from like May till almost November 2022, we had every single weekend was booked with weddings, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. And it got to a point where I almost said fuck weddings completely. I was just didn't want to do them anymore. It took me a while to realize that I didn't have to say yes to everything and that I could pick and choose the clients that I wanted, and most importantly the couples that I vibed with. I think that's so important. When if anybody who is watching this starts a business, I know that in the beginning of a business, people tell you like just say yes to everything.
Yeah, just try to make money, but you're just gonna end up with so many headaches.
Oh my God. You have to really, if you don't vibe well with someone, listen to that.
And you can tell right away. Like right away, I can tell by the tone in their emails. I can tell like how they're like talking to me or what their like expectations are, like excessively high. Like you can tell right away, and you have to learn to say no and turn those clients down.
Yeah. Like I think people don't always know how to explain a bad vibe. Like sometimes your body will notice it before you will. You know, you'll be around someone and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this thing that I'm feeling? But it's like, and I get this a lot. And so I'll tell my partner and I'll be like, listen, I have like not that great of a vibe. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't fucking know how to explain it to you. But like, I think this is someone who's going to give me a hard time, but you're not exactly sure what it is. And before, I used to just do the whole journey until it would eventually happen. And I'd be like, fuck, I should have just listened to myself. Like, this is not worth 1,000, 5,000, whatever. It is not worth the money or your mental sanity, okay? Slowly, this is something that you'll eventually learn as you go through it more. But if you're starting a business, take the one piece of advice I would say is learn ahead of time and just don't even, if it's not it, it's not it. Don't force it.
Don't force it. Like, especially for me, what I found is that any time that somebody's taking your energy, they just like suck you dry like a vampire, and it takes away from your other clients. So when I'm dealing with an excessively difficult client, then my other clients are like
suffering,
being neglected, or I can't take on more work that I would have enjoyed more than this like terrible order. So shoo.
This terrible order. Did something happen?
No. But like, look, I mean, we're in business. It is what it is. We've all had what I call our devil clients. Yeah. You're going to come by one at some point.
And they're usually the cheapest clients.
The cheapest clients. The cheapest clients are the worst clients. I know. It is what it is. I know. It has to be said. Like, even just for me, like, I'll have, like, let's say, $10,000, $20,000 clients. They make less trouble than, like,
oh my God.
the $1,500 order.
Yes,
like, what?
Yes, 1,000%, 1,000%. And, like, I feel like people don't realize that, because as soon as you start your business, even someone who wants to pay you $20, you're like, holy fuck, you believe in me?
Yeah. No, I get it. But how did you get through? Like, this is a little bit of a selfish question because I went through a burnout recently, so I was kind of curious, like, how did you push, like, did you just push through, like, white knuckle, or you worked on it?
Honestly, what I did was I also had employees last year. I know not everyone is going to like what I'm about to say. However, AI, next level. Okay, AI is coming whether we like it or not, whether you want to use it or not. So if you're not using AI, you are falling behind, and that's just what it is. And so last year I realized that owning a company and having employees is the most difficult thing in the fucking world. The most difficult thing. Having to have people help you who don't view the company the same way as you do, or who don't, it's just very difficult. And so last year I said, you know what? I fucking fired everybody. I started using AI to help me, okay? Because ChatGPT, honestly, is the best employee I've ever had. I swear to God. And I just stopped taking clients that gave me bad vibes. Even though I wanted the money so badly,
Yeah.
I dropped clients last year that were paying me $5,000 a month, every single month. And when you go from, you know, I did not grow up with money. I not at all, my family
same.
at all, you know. So I think when you start a business and you start making money and then you start making a lot more money and you know, you get into the six figures and you're like, holy shit, I'm making this type of money.
Yeah.
For a while it goes well, and then you start to realize, like, is this money worth the fact that I'm losing sleep, or that I'm anxious, or that I'm stressed and this and that? And I started to realize that other things were more important to me, even though I didn't realize it at the beginning, because at first I was like, I just want money, you know, I was so money hungry. After a bit, I was like, fuck this, fuck these clients who like treat me like shit. Like, just because you pay me to do one job doesn't mean that I need to be available 24 hours a day to you. And once I honestly made the leap of cutting out really big clients that made me a lot of money but were just not good for my mental sanity, the shock of like the couple months after that, where you're like, holy crap, I just removed a very big lump, like, that I was being paid every single month, and I didn't die, and and my company didn't break down, and I didn't lose other clients. And it doesn't mean that I'm not a good photographer, videographer. Once all of those like ideas, the negative ideas that you have, kind of are proven that they're wrong, you're a lot better. And it's easier for me to say no to people when they ask me, like, oh, can you do it at a better price? Like, no, do you fucking go to the grocery store and say, listen, this banana's fucking too expensive? Can you give me a better price? Like, you wouldn't dare.
No,
you know, like, there's so many people that there's so many companies you would never dare ask them for a discount. So why are you asking me for a discount when I know how much work I put into it? And I started to realize that there's hundreds of photographers, there's hundreds of videographers, but we don't all offer the same service.
No,
you know?
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
And I'm sure it's the same with you, right? I'm sure it's the exact same thing.
Well, you're going to somebody for their personal touch. You're going for somebody for that little special something that you pick up on and that you like. So I totally get that. But were you like worried about, I don't know, not making as much money that
100%.
could like look bad? Like
100%.
You're not doing as well as other people then, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I feel like the comparison game is so crazy for us.
And at the same time, the crazy part is after I started to let go, when I let go of all those clients and I let go of the employees, like, from making a ridiculous amount of money, like more money than I knew what to do with some months, to like still making a good amount of money. Because that's the thing, right? At first I was like, oh, I'm not making as much money. Like, I still am making more than I would have ever thought that I was, even though it's not the same amount that I was making 2 years ago. But I'm so much less stressed. And I actually, like, I just got back from Vegas. Like, I actually had time to go on a vacation. Like,
good for you. Yeah.
You know, I'm actually able to go to Italy for 3-4 months now and not panic that my business is gonna explode, or that
peace of mind.
Like, I know that I can leave and come back and everything's fine. And I've been doing this for 8 years. Like, if there's anything I'm good at, I think it's something about like you personally. Like, if you're somebody who knows how to make money, you'll always know how to make money. You'll always know how to make money. And if you're true to your own character, and if you're, you know, if you're real, people will love you. And you could start selling toilet paper tomorrow and people will be like, that's my toilet paper girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, no, thank you for sharing that. Because, it's, like, even just from my own experience, like, I used to think that I wanted some giant business with, like, 100 employees. And, like, now I know very much today that even, like, 5 employees is, like...
But if you find good ones...
I have a good team for sure. But, like, it is...
It's like picking a partner, right? It's like no joke. 100%. It's like picking a life partner. That's what employees are. It's not just let me hire whoever the hell walks through the door that seems like they're good. It really has to be somebody that cares about the company and that honestly can kind of handle you also. Somebody that, you know, they're...
Oh, absolutely. When you're a grump, when you're down, when you don't know what you're doing. Oh my God.
You know, so
yeah.
I think if you don't come to a point where you're having a burnout, you're not doing something right. But it's the burnout part, when you get there, it's a very big like milestone in your life where you can go two ways. You can continue going down a road where
crash and burn.
Yes, where you will crash and burn 100% because it's not a sustainable life to go forward being stressed all the time. Or you can realize, you know what, maybe I'm going to make a little bit less money for a couple months or 6 months or a year, but then you're going to come back 10 times harder and you have your mental sanity. So for me, I would much rather that. Money's only going to take you so far.
So talking about money, do you consider yourself successful? And what is your measures of success? Is it monetary? Is it your lifestyle that you've had? You know what I mean? Like,
I think, so I was talking about my partner about this question, and I think success has like many layers. It's not just like one thing, right? So I think success is also the thing that keeps you, like if you reach success, what is the point to keep going?
You can always keep going.
You know, but I think that's also with my burnout. I think I also had reached that point where I felt like, wow, I made so, like I hit the goal I wanted, then I hit another goal I wanted. I bought the car I wanted. I bought another car that I wanted. You know, I was able to spend without looking at like, you know, the price tags, or you want to go shopping and you're like, whatever. I got to that point and then I was like, okay, now what? You know, I was like, where do I go from here? And then I was like, oh shit, if you don't keep on setting goals, you don't feel like you want to, you know, keep going forward. So I think success for me, the biggest moment, and I know it sounds really stupid and materialistic, but at the time, this is what I thought it was. When I was 12 years old, I saw a woman in a Range Rover pass by, okay? And I remember I was on my way to school and she was driving and she had her like Starbucks in her hand and her Range Rover. And I just remember looking at her and I was like, damn, look at this woman. I want to be that woman, you know? So for so long, that's the image that I had, which I know now is so stupid because that's not what it means to me anymore. But I remember the day that we bought our first Range Rover, I was like, holy shit, I have made it. I am done. I could die today and I'm satisfied, you know? But then that wears off really quickly. Yeah. After the first week, I was like, "Fuck now, what's next?" You know. And then I was like, "Let's buy another Range Rover," which was kind of stupid.
How many are we at now? Okay.
You know. So after that, I was like, "Okay, what do we do after that?" You know. And then we were traveling, and you know, we were doing a lot of stuff. And listen, should I have bought that many cars? No, probably not. But at the time, for me, I was like, wow, this is what I thought I wanted when I was younger. Yeah. Now it's not the same. Now I think success to me is if I want to go pick up my sister at school in the middle of the day and I can cancel my entire day, I can do that. Yeah. If I want to, you know, if my grandmother's sick and she needs help and I want to go, you know, stay with my grandmother, if I want to go see my parents, if I want to book a spontaneous vacation, if I want to go to Italy for 6 months and not have to worry. I think that is now what success is to me. So just being able to really have control over my schedule. I can't do the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 kills me. And when I think about the 9 to 5, that is the one thing that keeps me just like hustling forever. I will hustle till the day that I die to avoid the 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, people who do the 9 to 5, because I have a lot of friends who are very happy with, you know, 5 o'clock you clock out and that's it and it's done. We obviously, I'm sure maybe the same thing for you. We bring our work home. Yeah. Right?
I work all the time.
Yeah.
But you know, like, it's like you, like, if I take my dog for a walk in the middle of the day and I don't care, like, I can just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love going to Costco on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I love that. Like, I go with all the oldies. Like, I like going to eat in the middle of the day when there's no one there, you know, like those little things. It seems silly, but I find that that's what keeps me
going.
Yeah.
100%. But that comes into, like, are you still passionate about your work? Do you think you still are?
I definitely am. There was a period at the beginning of 2023. So 2023 January, we left for Italy for a couple months. The beginning of that trip was very difficult. It was a very therapeutical trip. Okay. So even at that, my grandfather was sick. I wanted to go, you know, I wanted to go see him in Italy. Unfortunately, he passed away while we were there. But at the same time, I would have never been able to go there if I didn't have the job that I had. You know, take my father, which is, you know, his son. He was not there when he passed away. He couldn't leave work. Wow. He was only able to leave work after he died. Right. That's so sad. It's just, you know, for me, having gone to Italy and kind of just pressing pause, I took a month away from social media, which is, I know seems so incredibly dramatic, but like a huge thing for me to not be on socials for a month. I actually got to know myself, started to remember the things that I liked, started to remember the things I liked doing. I wasn't constantly documenting. Yeah. I feel like people don't realize that when you're looking at take fireworks. You're looking at fireworks through a cell phone. You're not actually watching the fireworks. Concerts, you're not actually, you're not seeing them. You're looking at it. You're paying all this money to go somewhere to still look at it through a screen, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And so that was when I realized, like, you started this job because you love doing this, and now you're slowly starting to hate doing this. So either you fucking figure it out, or you just go get a 9-to-5 job, because this way at least the money's guaranteed. You could be depressed and miserable, you'll still have your 9-to-5 job. They don't expect that much out of you compared to what you've been doing for the last 8 years, So I lost the passion for a bit, but then I redirected myself, and I gave myself a solid talk. My partner is also like sent from like God, like the angel that I have waited for my entire life, that gave me, always gives me solid talks and is never afraid to hurt my feelings. And I'm a bit of a baby, but it's okay. And I was able to get out of it, but I think it's normal. I think it's normal that every once in a while you kind of feel like stale, and you have to.
Oh, for sure.
You got to refresh. You got to refresh it up and work on new projects.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah. Having done, this is something I'm wondering about, because you're in the wedding industry, kind of like me, and having done so many weddings, do you think that you would have a very big fairy tale wedding?
If it was up to me,
okay,
I would go to the courthouse.
Yes.
Me, my partner, and like one person, and that would be it. However, my partner wants to have like 1,000 people at our wedding. He also has like 75 first cousins on each side. I think my family were like 15 people in total, So I'm not used to having, a huge family and whatever. But after seeing all these weddings, I definitely see the upside of having big weddings, but I also see the upside of having small, intimate weddings. So it depends. All I can say is that being in the wedding industry, I realized there's so many like traditions and stuff like that I've learned from other religions that I'm like, ooh, I want to take that. Yeah, there's so much. Just like there's a lot of things in like my religion that I would fucking ditch. Like
what?
Like the receiving line. My God,
What's the receiving line?
Like when they give you the bag, the money bag at the end, or you have to like stand in line. It's like, thank you so much for coming, and they're like, oh my
God, awkward. I didn't know you had to do that.
Oh my God,
it's like a funeral home when everyone goes.
Yes. If you have 300 people at your wedding, calculate about 30 seconds to a minute a person. That's 300 minutes. That's 300 minutes of your wedding that you could be partying, enjoying, eating, but instead you were just saying, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for. So for me, like, I think that's something that we got to ditch. Even like the garter toss, the garter and the bouquet toss, stuff like that. No, I would
feel so awkward.
Ditch.
Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I was at one not long ago. It was nice. Okay, they did it a lot later in the night. It was nice for the couple, but the grandparents and the parents were fucking mortified. So.
But did they know that was a tradition?
Yeah, they did. But I mean, like, I don't think you like
realize it until you're really there.
Until like yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, this is something I didn't want to see tonight. I really have the grandmother's face still in my mind, traumatized. So there are some things that I feel like we should really just abandon, and it's a new age. We don't have to do everything that we used to. There's ways to still honor the traditions of our religion, but at the same time, it's your fucking wedding. If you don't want to do something, or
But like, I feel a lot of times the parents are paying, and when the parents pay, they want to say, you know what I mean? They want the tradition, they want the big wedding and the aunt and that creepy uncle to come. You know what I feel 100%. Like? That's probably a lot of the 100%.
Time. I just had a wedding meeting 2 weeks ago, and it was supposed to be with the bride and the groom. And as soon as the Zoom call started, there were 6 people on the Zoom call. So I'm like, okay. Oh, no. I'm like, this is interesting. All of a sudden, we have mom, dad, couple, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize this was a family reunion. It went really well, but I mean, the actual couple said nothing. I think they said hi and bye. When I asked if they had questions, they never had a chance to ask a question because the parents asked the questions, which, listen, I can't talk shit about it because they asked the right questions. Yep. It was it was a very useful conversation, but a lot of the issues that I see in weddings nowadays is like the the couple has completely different expectations than the parents have. You know, like I'll get a lot of the time like, oh, can you give us like the 4-hour video? Like nobody's giving you a fucking 4-hour video. Give it up. You don't want to watch that. Yeah, but my parents had the 4-hour video like, 25 years ago. Nobody wants that now, you know? So it's difficult to try to, especially since most of the time it's their first wedding, right? People are always like, you know, it's my first wedding. I'm like,
well, hopefully.
That's why. So I'm like, I know it's your first wedding, but it's not mine, you know? So it's like, I try to guide as best as I can, but the bottom line is if you're not paying for your wedding, prepare to
negotiate.
Prepare to negotiate
Bring a white
lot.
Flag.
Yeah, but if you want your wedding to be the way that you want it to be and you want the only one to have a say, well then you gotta pay for it yourself.
Oh yeah, no. When young boys come in with their mothers.
Young boys.
Who comes
young
to buy a ring with their mother? I feel like it's so uncomfortable.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, that's so funny, those dynamics, eh? And I bet you the couple, it probably causes tension.
I would love to be a fly on the wall while you have like a meeting with it, because I feel like yours is so much more intense, like, because it's really forever.
Yeah. You
know, like it's...
Well, that's not true. That's not true, because a lot of what happens is men will choose the engagement rings, and this is a thing. Men are much tackier than women.
Oh God, yeah, that's true. I agree
so
with
a lot
that.
of times we actually just end up redesigning. Women will come back to me,
be like, hate it,
and redesign it 10 years later. I'm not even joking. It's a huge business. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
So make your Pinterest board, ladies. Make your Pinterest board. Make it very clear.
Yeah.
Leave it open on your front desk.
Leave nothing to chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Can I ask, what are some of the most expensive weddings that you've been to?
I'm trying to think. Like expensive in general, like the whole...
Yeah, like I think you mentioned off camera that sometimes they're not even necessarily the most glamorous.
Yeah, that's true.
But
the thing is there's like before COVID and then after COVID, right? So after COVID, I think especially if somebody's getting married and you've already inquired about it, you know, pricing, you know that prices have quite literally quadrupled, and so now the sad part is that you could even have a wedding of $100,000, $150,000, and sometimes it's not as glamorous as you would think that it is. You know, a wedding that you may look at and think like, oh, this doesn't look like it was that expensive. It's probably really fucking expensive, and that's why even being in this industry, I know it's not great for me to say, but if you don't really want to get married, and if you don't have a good budget, because I've seen so many couples get married and then have so much left to pay afterwards.
that's brutal.
You do not want to start your wedding with a lot of debt from your wedding. You know, I don't think that that's great. And so
that's awful, and that's like that reality TV show that I see, I don't know, on Netflix or something, where they literally have the choice between either making a down payment on their house or a fat wedding. I'm like, how is this a question? Like, how are you even not choosing the down payment on a house? like
I'm much more recommend, like I tell people all the time, if you don't have a huge budget, go on like a vacay. Like, it's better that maybe you go somewhere with a close group of friends and you do a week of celebration for your wedding instead of just blowing it all on one day. That, let's be honest, it goes like this. It goes so fast. You're under so much pressure. You're so stressed out. Your wedding will almost never go the way that you expect it to go.
No.
Not that it goes bad, but I'm saying, like, you know, I have some brides that come with this, like, exact schedule, and I'm like, girl, between me and you, this is not happening. You know, like, things happen. The more people in your wedding, the more little things, you know, you're counting on all of these people to act a certain way, and you know, and a lot of the time, like, I hate to say it, but like families can be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I feel like I've seen some really bad speeches too.
Oh, don't even get me started with the speeches. Oy.
Yeah. Oh, this is my question.
Oh no, what?
So I don't know if you can answer this, but can you tell me if you can see when a couple is going to make it or not?
Oh yes.
Oh, what is it?
Oh yes. Okay. Yes. I don't know if there's signs, but it's like. Actually, no. A big one is when they're standing at the altar. Okay, this is my personal favorite, and they're just like, they don't look at each other. Like like at no point is there ever eye contact. But okay, you can also just be a bit nervous.
No,
okay?
but that's
like but some of them, it's like a 45-minute ceremony.
Okay.
They'd never fucking look at each other. And I'm like, hello. And then it's like me that I'm trying to take a photo. I'm like, I need to get a photo of you guys fucking looking at each other at least once. And they're looking at up to Jesus, okay? They're looking everywhere other than at each other. And I'm like, can you guys just fucking fake it for half a second so we can at least have one memory?
Is that with like young couples?
No.
Every age.
And then the crazy thing is like some couples have been together for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Like there's some couples who have really been together a long time.
Yeah.
And they still look uncomfortable with one another, you know? So it depends. Most of the time I could tell already from the getting ready, because we start with the groom, okay? And so you can already see, I don't know, the little like attentiveness from the groom, or like the things that they'll ask and this and that. So it depends. Some couples, you meet them, or even when they have to take their photos, it's like the groom is just not into it, or is already wasted, like really like sloshed by the time that they're getting married, and you're like, oh, okay, so I don't know if you're just really nervous or like really not want to do this, you know? So it depends, because you're obviously with them, for most of our couples, you're with them for like 13, 14 hours. So you really get to see all of the personalities, and they're under a lot of stress. The family's also stressed, so the family also treats them in a certain way. The in-laws are, you know, treat them in a certain way, the friends, and so it's a lot of different things, but I would say the number one sign is when they don't look at each other at the ceremony. You're like, come on, guys.
That's so strange. That's like a huge.
Or the awkward kiss. The awkward kiss. Oh,
God. Well, I've seen some awkward kisses. I've seen that show where they don't have sex or kiss before marriage. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did. I saw one of those.
And then at the altar, they don't even know what they're doing. It's like,
oh my God. No, but me, it's like some of them, it's like, listen, I can kind of understand, because I feel like at my wedding, even though I've been with my partner for such a long time, when it's time to kiss, I'm going to be a little shy also. But there's a difference between being shy and like kissing someone the way like I kiss my grandmother more passionately sometimes than, you know, it's like it looks like they're really not.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends. Like some couples, I'm like, you guys are probably not even going to get your content before the time you're going to want to get divorced.
Yeah, you're like, send the last installment.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, I don't know. It depends. Some couples you can see that it's not it. And some couples you're like, whoa, these ones are going to last for fucking ever. Like you can really tell the ones that like love each other so deeply, and
you always can tell. You can tell, and I bet your friends can tell as well.
100%. Yeah, that's also another thing. Seeing how the friends treat each other, you can already, because they already have more insight on the relationship than you do. But you can definitely tell the minute that you meet them, even sometimes at the engagement, because we do, you know, the engagement shoot.
Parties,
now, so this is something that we started doing last year. Now I include engagement shoots in every single wedding package I do. Doesn't matter the amount. I will always include it, because I need to meet you to figure out if it's it.
Okay.
You know, like I need to already understand I need to know at the engagement shoot if you're the couple that's not going to look at each other. So I could already find an alternate way to, you know what I mean?
Make it look okay.
Yeah. So people are like, oh, it's so nice that you include these engagement shoots for us. Like, listen, I'm doing it so that I can see. I'm doing it so I can see with the chemistry that we have going on here. Because if not, I need to figure out what to say, or, you know, to kind of get those photos.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Get a little squeak toy behind your head so he looks at the...
You got to do what you got to fucking do, yeah.
Oh my God, wow. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And I wanted to just tell everyone what your handles are and...
Okay, so you can find us at Lonely Girl Productions, quite literally anywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads also.
Threads.
I'm not really using Threads. Well, yeah, no. I've never got on Twitter, so Threads was...
Twitter, I don't understand. Forget about it.
I feel like you have to be really, really funny. Like, I feel like you have to be a fucking comedian, or you have to be, like, super insightful, and that's just...
Yeah. Or it's just hate.
Yeah.
It's hate. It's a lot of hate, I feel. Yeah. Very negative vibes.
Yeah. But thank you so much for having me. This
was
so
thank
nice.
you. It was a pleasure having you, and I look forward to posting it.
Thank you.